Hello friends, welcome back to DC School of Music. Today we are going to discuss seventh chords and the inversions of those seventh chords. If you haven't already looked at the video with the triads that have inversions, please check out the link in the description below and check that out first. That way you'll kind of understand what we're doing here. When you have seventh chords, I'm going to do all these in the key of C, by the way. So seventh chords essentially are adding the seventh note of the scale pattern to the chord. So if we start this pattern with the chord C major, which has a C, E, and a G, we're going to add the seventh note, which is B. Okay, that right there would be considered the root position of the chord. Okay, in order to invert this chord, you can obviously move the root note up an octave, and that would be considered the first inversion of the chord. So we have E, G, B, and then C. Right? The second inversion of that chord would be to move the third up an octave, up to here. That gives you the G, B, C, and E. And that gives you really kind of a nice sound. It gives you that clustered note grouping in the center of the chord, which gives it a really nice and chill sound. The last inversion, third inversion, would be obviously moving the fifth up another octave. So you'd have B, C, E, and then the G on top. And that's also another pretty voicing. So you have root position, C, E, G, and B. First inversion would be E, G, B, and C. Second inversion gives you that cluster in the middle. That's a G, B, C, and E. And then the third inversion of that seventh chord would be B, C, E, and G. Okay, I'll go up to the next chord in the key. Diatonically speaking, we'd go up to the D minor, so that would give you D, F, and A. Seventh note of that chord would be the C. So you have D, F, A, and C. Right, so that would be the root position, D minor 7. We'd move the D, the root note, up an octave. That would give us F, A, C, and D. That would be the first inversion of the chord. Second inversion would also give us that nice cluster in the middle, the same way it does on the major 7 chord. We would move the F up an octave. That gives us A, C, D, and F. And again, you can hear that's a really nice voiced chord. And then, of course, the last third inversion of the chord would be moving the A up an octave, which would give us C, D, F, and A. Okay? All right, and of course, you would continue this process as you move up the diatonic scale. You can do this for the E minor chord, the F, the G, the A minor, and the B diminished. So that's essentially the way you invert the chords in terms of seventh chords. You can look at the diagrams in the video here, and it shows you the actual voicings, so check those out. I hope that helps you out with your piano playing, and maybe this will show you something that you didn't know about. Thanks you all for joining me today. Hope you all have a really blessed day. Please remember to like and subscribe and share. Comment if you will. If there's anything you need, me to put out a video for, I'll definitely do it as soon as I get around to it, guys. Thanks again. Have a blessed day.